Today, we will be showing you how to connect a toilet to the copper water supply using a BrassCraft quarter-turn compression stop and flexible water connector. As you can see, we have already removed the old stop and water supply line. Once the old stop and connector have been removed, we'll need to clean and deburr the end of the copper tube. Next, slide the larger of the two supplied compression nuts onto the tube, with the threads facing towards the tube end. Then slide on the compression ring and push the nut and ring away from the tube end. Now, slide the stop over the copper tube until you feel resistance. Orient the outlet of the stop into the desired location. In our case, the outlet is pointing up towards the toilet tank. Place a small amount of oil or thread sealant only on the threads of the stop. This makes it easier to tighten the compression nut. While holding the stop, hand tighten the nut. Once it is hand tight, place one wrench on the stop body and the other wrench onto the nut and tighten while holding the stop in its proper orientation. Next, let's attach the water connector from the stop to the toilet. Our stop has a 3/8-inch compression outlet. So we've selected a BrassCraft flexible polymer braided connector with a 3/8-inch compression nut inlet. We've measured the distance from our stop outlet to the water inlet on the toilet, which is 10 inches. Our connector is 12 inches long to ensure that we can install the connector easily without stretching or pulling to make it fit. The sealing components are built into the connector itself, so we don't require additional nuts or fittings to make the connection to the stop. Thread the connector nut onto the stop and hand tighten. Then, using one wrench to stabilize the stop and the other to tighten the connection, wrench tighten approximately 1/4 to a 1/2 turn. Next, we'll thread the outlet of the connector onto the toilet. Hand tighten. Do not use a wrench on a plastic nut. Turn the main water supply back on. If a leak is present, slightly tighten the appropriate nut. The installation is now complete.